Thank you for your patience and cooperation. Boarding will begin in a few moments.
All right, I am back, everybody. We just, well, I better respond. Yes, I did hear your last transmission. We got to descend to 17,000. So we're gonna start that descent. We'll turn vertical speed on, and we'll descend at about 1,000 feet a minute. You can see that we are getting up to that Cotton VOR, I believe it is, or maybe it's just an intersection. I don't remember. Expedite it? Okay, so I guess we're going to be descending a little faster. So we'll go at 1,500 feet a minute. Needy ATC. We'll contact Chicago Center on 133.3. While I do that, I am also gonna put my flap control to the up situation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull back our torque to 100%. We're above 1,500 feet AGL. Flaps are gonna go to the up position. And it's not working. There we go, up position. And then we'll go ahead and push our torque as required. So we'll make sure it's at 100%.
H86 November. Contact Chicago Center on 123.75.
So we're starting our descent. If you're wondering why we don't have those options for different altitudes, is because we have been given that clearance down to 170. Also, what I need to do is I need to go ahead and start switching to the Addons pretty soon so we can find out what the barometric pressure is going to be. We're going to acknowledge that. Contact them. I'm going to quick go to my other monitor here and pull up the frequency. So for radio for the Addons, it's going to be 126.4. So let's go ahead and set that 126. Wrong way, as always. 0.4. And this is the way. Hopefully we're able to get it.
Pacifica 1820, traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles, at flight level 325, Boeing 737, report to insight.
And we are still a little far out, so we're not picking up that Addons yet. 126.4, make sure that is correct. It is right. But as you can see, we're still 62 nautical miles out, so it makes sense that we can't quite pick it up, but fairly soon we'll be able to do that.
125.1, Pacifica 1820.
While we're waiting for that too, I'm going to pull up our descent checklist. Flaps are up, altimeter setting. Here we go, we're getting that now. Alright, we're going to acknowledge that too. Oh no. Too much stuff going on right now. Needed to turn 055. I very much overshot that. Got so much going on right now. Sorry, I'm just kind of intensely trying to fly, so I'm not really doing a whole lot of talking right now. I apologize for that. I still never caught that altimeter setting. 3040, that's what I thought it was, but I wasn't quite sure. Alright, we're turning left 030. That needs to shut off. We're turning off that ATIS. We got the ATIS. It sounds like we're going to be on 25 right. So we'll go ahead and prematurely load that. And we just switched to 3040. We're going to go ahead and click on Procedure. Select an approach. Enter. At KMKE. ILS runway 25.
Papa Hotel, Quebec 47. Descend and maintain 9 south. Descend.
All right, we'll go ahead and do that.
Papa Hotel, Quebec 47.
Maybe I went through them all. Maybe I missed it. We're going to cancel that right now. Close you. We'll get that in just a second. Because we need to descend. Got a little bit of helmet fire going right here because I totally... We're going a little fast, so I'm actually going to pull back my speed lever as well. We're going to turn right heading 055. There we go. And I'm going to turn on that ATIS again, even though it was annoying, because I want to hear what runway they're using again. So it could be 25 left or 25 right.
All aircraft read back home short instructions.
So we'll wait to see what the controller here gives us. Still on that 055 heading, and we are descending down to 9,000. Once we start dropping below 10, we'll go ahead and turn on our lights. And I should have turned that on. Yeah, I forgot to do that. That is definitely a bad thing.
Turn left heading 035. Turn left heading 035. Papa Hotel, Quebec 47. Papa Hotel, Quebec 47. Contact Chicago Center.
All right, we'll contact somebody else.
Going to 125.1. Papa Hotel, Quebec 47. Chicago Center, Papa Hotel, Quebec 47 is at 13,200.
All right, so I am looking. It looks like the only ILS they have is 0719. So we might be doing an RNAV or GPS approach. So we'll have to pull up the plate for that. 3041. We're going to be going through some clouds, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on our icing.
7030. Contact Chicago Center on 133.3. 133.3. Pacifica 7030.
Do that as well.
Quebec 47. Turn right heading.
Turn right heading 060.
169er. Turn left and heading 32. Airwave 8346. Turn left and heading
I know I'm definitely not as talkative as I was last time, so I apologize, guys. Definitely trying to focus. Part of because I am not as prepared for this flight as I should be. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, so I'm really trying to focus hard on flying, and it kind of distracts me from talking a little bit, especially going through the clouds. We have that makes it look like that plane is so much closer.
Milwaukee approach, Papa Hotel.
But we're coming out of some clouds, so that is nice to see.
800 for 900,000. Papa Hotel, Quebec 47, Milwaukee approach, Roger, altimeter 30.
So we can start to see Lake Michigan coming out up there, which is pretty nice to see. Looking out our left wing, we can see that there are some clouds. They said they were at 75,000, so
Milwaukee approach on 120.15.
I'll turn those lights on.
53059er, Milwaukee approach, Roger, altimeter 3042, 120.15.
Little bit of chop that we're going through, nothing unlike what we saw when we were going into Omaha, so nothing to be scared of.
Hotel, Quebec 47, descent 900,500, descending 900,000.
Papa Hotel, Quebec 47, Milwaukee approach, Roger.
3042.
3042. Papa Hotel, Quebec 47, turn left heading 040.
Oh, way overshot it. Tend to do that way too much.
Turn left.
There we go, we'll acknowledge that now that we got it set.
Hotel, Quebec 47.
Would really like to know what approach we're going to be doing.
Approach, Pacifica 7169er is at 5,600, descending 4,000.
Pacifica 71.
Unless they already gave it to me, in which case I totally am blanked out. So I'm actually going to cheat a little and scroll up to see if we can't find it.
Traffic alert, 3 o'clock, less than 1 mile, 5,200. Boeing MD-80, report them in sight.
Oh, expect visual runway 25 left. All right.
Request clearance to transition, Charlie, airspace.
Piper, November 60401, Milwaukee.
So what I'm going to do is come back down here again.
Clear through Charlie, airspace.
And let's go ahead and start spinning.
Right heading 345. Pacifica 7169er, turn right heading 345. Speed 270, traffic is 9 o'clock, warp miles at 5,000. Cessna Skyhawk, report them in sight.
H270, traffic in sight. Milwaukee approach.
We'll just set up the localizer 25 left, even though we're going to be doing a visual approach. So we'll come down here, and we'll load that. And turn off our flight plan. We can see we're way down here now, and there we are over there. We're going to be coming in this way, and then here would be our missed approach. So what I can do is go to the localizer, runway 25 left, and it has changed, but at least we can look at it. So we can see that we're going to expect to be at Sitkey at 2,900. We'll go ahead and make this descent as requested by them.
Milwaukee departure, Cypress, November 60401, 2 miles west of 0 Whiskey, India 5. Request IFR to forward Foxtrot 9, ready to copy.
Piper, November 60401, is cleared to board Foxtrot 9, airport test file, squawk port 625. Orbit 8240, traffic is 3 o'clock.
Holy cow, I can never do anything. Pulled back my power lever a little bit to start to slow down. Finally, we can acknowledge our instructions that we were given. Gonna start heading over the good old Lake Michigan area. But there is a lot of clouds here, so hopefully we're able to see once we get a little lower. It's kind of a nice area down here, though. A lot of nice views. See something over there, not sure what that is. So we're going to turn left heading 040. There we go. Acknowledge that instruction if we can. Oh man. There we go. got a plane taking off over there. Oh man, he's getting really close.
Traffic is 9 o'clock. 2 miles at 8,400. The Atlas Dash 80. Report them in sight. Pacifica 7169er. Contact Milwaukee.
I did see them though. I actually caught them before they called them out. That makes me feel a little proud of myself.
Contact Milwaukee. Approach on 118.0.
Wow, Milwaukee's fairly
Please expedite your descent to 3,000.
fairly busy.
Quebec 47, traffic in sight. 118.0, airwave 8346.
Orbit 8240.
Also, what I need to do is come down here, and we need to start depressurizing that cabin.
5.1, orbit 8240.
Should have actually done this a little while ago.
118.0, Pacifica 7169er.
That is part of our descent checklist, which I don't know if I fully finished it. Look in fuel tank selector, fullest tank. We want to be on the left. We're on the left.
Descend and maintain 3,000.
Turn right heading 070, descend and maintain 3000. Papa Hotel, Quebec 4.
070. There we go. So we're gonna start flying out into the good old Lake Michigan area. You can see the water down there. Looks nice and crisp and blue. I don't know if Lake Michigan freezes. That's maybe something I wonder. Just because it is snowy on the ground, as you all saw. I just don't know if the actual lake itself freezes, but clearly you can see here that it is water and definitely not frozen. It's kind of cool how you can see the reflections of the clouds and everything like that, though. That's pretty cool.
Orbit 8240.
Still got about 3,000 feet to descend, so hopefully we'll be below all these clouds that we see around us.
Heading 040.
Turn left heading
Acknowledge that.
0. Papa Hotel, Quebec 47.
Cessna 57 November. Contact Chicago's approach on 120.55. 120.55.
Cessna
Turning left heading 040. Flying over Lake Michigan is just cool, because you can't even see the shore on the other end. Such a ginormous lake. Just look at that. It almost looks like ocean, but it's a lake. The same with flying over Lake Superior up by Minnesota. It's just lots of lake, and you can't really see a whole lot. I think it's just cool how big of lakes we have. And it's freshwater, too, which is kind of fantastic.
Heading 015.
Turn left heading
015.
Papa Hotel, Quebec 47.
World Travel Diner 744. Climb and maintain 17,000.
So they're going to have us start heading north so we can start intercepting right there. They're going to give us clearance eventually once we get closer for the approach that we're doing. Pulled up an approach plate. We were cleared for a visual approach, so we're going to expect that instead of using actual approach plate, but we can use them for reference, which is definitely not a bad thing to do. So I'm just going to look at it. Here you can see that we'll enter at 2,900, or maybe not.
Turn left heading 340.
340.
Papa Hotel, Quebec 47.
World Travel Diner 744.
There we go.
Contact Chicago Center.
Bring it back. So maybe we'll enter at 3,000 instead of 2,900. We'll start descending down here. Missed approach points. Missed approach. We could climb to 2,800, then right turn direct to BAE VOR. So we'll just make sure we know where that is. Localizer frequency is 111.5, so I'm going to go ahead and enter that as well. Right down here.
527 is at 4,600. Climbing 7,000.
111.5.
Milwaukee. Approach. 3042.
And we'll go ahead and switch that to the active, and we can see that it is showing up now. And what we're going to do is turn off GPS, or not GPS, CDI. That's what we want to go to, and now we have that as well. Also, what we can do is put in our approach course. In order to do that, we could look at the plate, except it's saying 254. I'm guessing that's going to be incorrect, so we're going to go into ILS here, and it's going to be 254. We'll contact them.
Is at 9,000.
course, is going to go to 254.
Latitude 7, climb and maintain 13,000. Orbit 1972, Milwaukee approach. Roger.
So now we have the localizer, and we can see that we have that frequency, so we can get established on that as well to help us with our visual landing.
Climb and maintain 1.
Contact Milwaukee approach.
Hotel Quebec 47 with you. Orbit Hotel Quebec 47 Milwaukee approach. Roger.
3042, make sure we have that set. Our speed is around 160 knots.
Header on 125.1.
Going over to my checklist again.
Heading 310.
310, we'll turn left.
310. Orbit Hotel Quebec 47.
Can't quite see it, it's a little blurry. 318 and 310.
Quebec 47. Traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 2,900. Boeing 5080. Report them in sight.
I think we saw them over there. There they are.
Papa Hotel Quebec 47. Have the traffic.
Next, continue with our checklist.
Traffic is 3 o'clock.
Landing gear, we're not going to quite put that down. Flaps are not going to take off yet.
Viper 901 November. Have the traffic.
We have our inert step on for the landing. We're out of the clouds now, so I could probably go ahead and turn off my heating, but I'm going to keep it on for the time being. Also, we have our landing lights on.
72 Whiskey with you.
Going to quick come down here and look at our cabin pressure. We can see that we're at 3,900, so it's still depressurizing.
Milwaukee approach. Small November 22543 with you. 4,300. Small November 2.
Airport's going to be somewhere over here, but I don't have it quite in sight yet. But you can see it's almost directly off our left wing, maybe a little further up, so it might be this right here.
TBM. Report them in
See that plane coming in? I'm guessing it's right around here.
47. Have the traffic.
Going to 1.
We're looking good. We're at 3,000 feet.
November
Got a good speed going right now. We'll start to slow ourselves even more.
50. Turn left heading 250. Papa Hotel Quebec 47. H18 Quebec. Turn left heading 280. Turn left heading 280.
Start that left turn for 250.
Papa Hotel Quebec 47. Traffic is 10 o'clock. 1 mile at 5,000. H Baron. Report them in sight. H18 Quebec. Descend and maintain 2,700.
I don't think it's that. I think I do not see them.
315. Papa Hotel Quebec 47. Traffic not in sight. Turn right heading 315. H18.
I might just be missing them too, but I definitely did not see them. So you can see that the runway should be right over here, kind of where we were looking. So we're going to probably get vectored to the left very shortly.
Descend and maintain 2,700. Descend and maintain 2,700. Papa Hotel Quebec 47.
Not going to mess with the VVI for 300 feet.
Orbit 1937. Contact Chicago.
2,700. If I pull up my...
125.1 for orbit 1937.
where is it? My chart, it has us at 2,900, so it has us descend a little more than what the approach plate says. But again, we are not cleared for the localizer runway 25 approach. We're cleared visual approach, so that's what we are going to be doing. I'm just using that, as I said earlier, for reference. Looks like the runway is going to be right over here. Don't know quite where they're having us go yet, but we got to fly the headings that we are given. But we're getting a little off course. I'm expecting any second now that they will have us turn to our left. Maybe not. Maybe they're just having us do like this weird, like, all around, fly everywhere type of journey on our vectors. Take a little bite of my chicken, which is delightful. Drink a little bit of my ginger ale while we wait for instruction. You can also see that we are level at, where are we, 2,700.
Office Hotel, Quebec, Port 7. Airport is at your 10 o'clock, 10 miles. Turn left heading 255. Report runway in sight. Milwaukee approach. Cessna, November 4872, Whiskey, 3 miles northeast of 1 Whiskey India 6. Request IFR to Erie, ready to copy. Cessna, November 4872, Whiskey is cleared to Erie. Airport has filed. Squawk 2106, small 5.
Runway is in sight.
9 o'clock, 4 miles at 2,700 TBM. Report them in sight. Office Hotel, Quebec, Port 7. Turn left heading 225. Turn left heading 225. Papa Hotel, Quebec, Port 7. H18 Quebec. Turn left heading 280. Office Hotel, Quebec, Port 7. Traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 5,500. Small M7.
Are you gonna have me land, or what are we doing here?
Papa Hotel, Quebec.
Traffic is in sight, and I need to report the runway because I need to start setting up for landing.
Papa Hotel, Quebec, Port 7 has the runway in sight.
Pulling back my power a little more.
Port 7, you are 8 miles northeast. Turn left heading 230. Climb and maintain 2,700. Cleared visual. Runway 25. Left approach. Contact Milwaukee Tower on 119.1. Turn left heading 230. Climb and maintain 2,700. Cleared visual. Runway 25. Left approach. Tower on 119.1. Papa Hotel, Quebec, Port 7.
Alright, I'm going. We're at 2,700. First set of flaps are coming down. Landing gear is coming down. Gonna start pushing up the power so we don't stall.
Milwaukee Tower, fly straight in, runway 25, left, altimeter 30.1. Make straight in, runway 25, left, Papa Hotel, Quebec, Port 7. Papa Hotel, Quebec, Port 7, cleared to land, runway 25, left.
Alright, all of this is coming off. We're gonna manually fly this.
To land, runway 25, left, Papa Hotel, Quebec, Port 7.
We are quite high right now, and they vectored us in a very silly fashion. But runway 25 left is right over here. I don't see it quite yet, but we are on our way over to it. I do have that localizer though, which I'm kind of using to help cheat me into the proper location, so we're going to be using that. See the runway over there, so we'll start turning a little bit. Don't want to get ourselves too fast here. Make sure our landing lights are on. They are. We're in flaps takeoff. Landing gear 3 green. A little too sharp of a turn. You can see we're kind of on the glide slope right now. We don't want to descend too much. Winds are pretty much straight in our face, a little bit of a crosswind, not much, just a few knots. Getting a little low, so I'm going to give ourselves a little more power.
Milwaukee Tower, orbit 1972 is 10 miles east.
Trying to mess with our trim. I'm going to go ahead and close that ATC window so I can see everything as well.
Milwaukee Tower, fly straight in, runway 25 left, altimeter 30.1. Fly straight in.
Again, I'm concentrating a lot, so I'm trying not to talk while I concentrate. Don't want to crash us at the very end. That would just be terrible. We're getting a little bit of bounce here, but it's nothing that we can't handle. Looks like there is a threshold there, so we'll make sure that we don't land on that. We're at 500. Getting pretty high, so I'm going to pull back my power a little more.
Runway 25 left. Follow the aircraft on final. Cleared to land. Runway 25 left. Orbit 19.
There we go. This is looking a little better. We are a little high, so we might land a little long, but we've got a good speed, so this might actually still work out. There we go. Play with my rudder a little. Get us nice and lined up. Oh man. Don't climb. Terrible landing. Look at that. We are way over. Just not pretty at all. I really got to get used to the views. I was doing a lot better in some of those other aircraft, but I don't know if I'm sitting too high in this one or what, but it just looks weird. Oh man, I turned and my feet were doing wrong with the rudder pedals. Oh man, this is just a terrible flight altogether once again. Sorry guys that I keep subjecting you to just awful flights. I don't know what it is. But, alas, we are here. Not the way I want it to be, but we are here regardless. So we're gonna quick slow down and stop here. We'll acknowledge that ground handoff. Flaps are going to the up position right now. Inert SEP is on. I'm going to turn off all the icing stuff. Going to my checklist real quick. We've done our landing, no go around, touch and go, no. After landing, runway clear. Turned off our icing, bleed switch as required, radar, transponder. Flaps are up, strobe switch. We'll go ahead and turn that off. Turn that pull system off as well. Taxi lights, we'll go ahead and put those on. Turn off our landing lights. Oxygen switch is off, but we never had it on. So, let's contact ground and get our taxi instructions.
Milwaukee ground, Papa Hotel, Quebec, Fort 7, taxi.
I think there is a highway going through the airport. Something here just does not seem right. Alpha 1, so that's what we're on. We'll just keep on going straight and go to gate 68. So we'll acknowledge that. I'm going to turn on progressive taxi because I don't know how to, in this game, find out what gate numbers are what. So we're just going to turn on progressive taxi, but you can see that we need to go basically straight because we were on Alpha 1 already. I don't know where this car is going, so I'm going to slow down. And I have no idea why there is a highway going through the airport. Maybe that is naturally there. I have no idea. I have never been to this airport in real life, so maybe there is just a highway there. But man, they seem to just be rock starring it through there. There must be a road there. They are just cruising. Almost done with the flight. It was pretty good up until the end where I completely botched the landing like normal. I don't know why. I can't just seem to get those right. Got a little bit of lag going on, which is making this taxi a little hard. Again, I keep on going to the gates. There's probably an FBO, so I'm not going to the gates, but these 4 passengers probably just want to go on to the airport, so whatever. We're gonna taxi to the gates. Just be surrounded by much larger aircraft than what we are.
Taxiway Alpha 1 Bravo. Taxiing to 866 via taxiway.
Pull back, and we will start to hit our brakes, and there we go. Whew, that was interesting. I feel really bad about that landing. I hate screwing up landings. Oh man, it drives me nuts. Parking brake is set, condition lever, check high idle, which it is, power lever. Idle for 1 minute. We've been idle and we'll maintain that. Taxi lights are going on to the off position. So they're going on to the off position. And autopilot trims are coming off. Where else are we? Avionics going to the start. Bleed switch off and air conditioner off. Why won't you work? Alright, so that button I am trying to hit, and it's not working. That one worked, at least. This one, apparently, I have to right-click on it. Oh, sometimes this game can be frustrating. Propeller governor, feather for 15 seconds. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. You can see it right there. So we're going to feather that for 15 seconds. And then we'll go to condition lever and pull that off, which is the red one. And I'd say it's been about 15 seconds. So we'll go ahead and pull that back. And the engine is going off. Inert SEP is going off at this time. Lights are now going to go off. Fuel auxiliary boost pump is going off. This is going to manual. And generator is gonna go off, and battery is gonna go off. Crash lever push down. There we go. And parking brake as required. Hello everybody, welcome to Milwaukee. Sorry about that landing, as always, but you know, hopefully we'll get better at landing with this plane. And just with the simulator in general. I think part of it is because I'm not used to flying the simulator right now. I had that really long hiatus where I just was not playing on it, and then I did that one flight that you guys saw to Omaha, and then before that I maybe did 1 or 2 flights just to kind of get back into the swing of things, and that's really all I've done. So I've got to get reused to kind of how the flight simulator is, because it is different from real life. And on top of that, whenever you set up a new view on EasyDock for your plane, it just kind of messes with your perception a little bit. So that's kind of what's going on. I'm not trying to make excuses. I promise, though, that I am a little better of a pilot than what sometimes I do in here. But a lot of it is because I'm trying to talk so much and all that. Plus, it's just hard with not a real aircraft because you don't have the notches and everything like that you can physically push or press or spin. We're going to go into FSPassengers, and let's go ahead and end our flight. Mode realistic, flight already registered. Oh, so again, they said it was a kiss and a nice landing. I was not very happy because we were off to the left, but you know, it is what it is, I suppose. It's exceptional flight, 100%. They're relieved to have landed safely after experiencing the strong weather, which was that turbulence. It did affect a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. We made $48,000 on that. Company reputation, they think that it should be 100%, so it's gone up to 71.07. Overall flight results are perfect. Aside from the imperfections that we've had, but we made a very smooth landing, plus 50, perfect flight, no problems, very satisfied passengers, 150, extreme weather conditions, another 100. You have exceeded the flap speed by 20.52 knots, and the thing about that is, I said it when it happened, is I was trying to go into the 850 mode, and I accidentally mouse scrolled the wrong way, so it went down into flaps up instead of going into the 850. So I'm gonna have to figure a way to mitigate that so that doesn't happen again. But I called it out that it was gonna happen, so we were well aware that that was gonna happen. Beacon lights must be activated as soon as any engine is running. I forgot, I must keep on forgetting to do my beacon lights, so I'll have to make sure that I am turning those on. Oh, but we still did more points than negative. This one, both of them, I guess. I knew that flap one was going to happen. I'm not even going to count that one because that was more of a simism because I don't have physical switches. So I'm gonna chalk that one up to being a sim. Gonna go ahead and close. One penalty disabled, and that is my flap setting one. So if I don't use flaps on takeoff or landing, that's what it is. So that one is disabled. Gonna go ahead and exit now, and we're gonna shut the door. And again, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this flight. I hope you're enjoying flying IFR with me in a different aircraft, the TBM 850 Socata by Carenado. If you like my videos, please comment or like them on YouTube or subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. But the biggest thing of all is I love the interactivity between us. So if you could keep on sending me your messages and comments, questions, suggestions, anything. I love hearing from you guys. So please continue to keep that up. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the flight and you guys have a great day.